Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door, or Door Should Come Back to episode 24 of Direwolf20's 1.19 mod pack, and today we are getting into something interesting. So, I got this comment an hour ago, basically asking, hey, does occultism still have the 6 times or doubling crusher, right? And I was like, all right, let me just open the book, figure out where this is, and well, the answer is yes. So the Myriad Crusher gives you a very efficient crushing speed while also crushing one ore into 6 dust. Okay? So we're going to go into this, right? And I'm 100% very thankful for the person who left this comment and all of that. It really is just amazing because this is something I wouldn't have ever noticed if I didn't actually have somebody comment this. But we have to make another circle. Okay? That's the only downfall, right? Like, we have to make another circle. That's fine. But we're going to get into that. And we're also going to get into a few other things this episode. But first is the Crusher guy. Because I want to get all the things that I can to make this easier. And there is stuff spawning right on the edge, just there. Okay, so let's actually quickly just grab a mega torch. Let's just grab one of these. Oh, never mind, I can't. I'll show you why I can't in a second. Okay. So let's just put this over here for right now, I think, right? I think we could squeeze this in. Right about there. Ooh, that is close. Is that the same? No, it's not the same. It's actually just a little bit different than that one, isn't it? Could we try and visualize over this? See how different it actually is? Nope. If I can click the right block here. Okay, so it is. I don't see the Spirit Attuned crystals or anything in this one, though. So actually, I guess if we get rid of these, and I think I'm going to take out one skull just for a second to test. Okay, so the skulls are required. So the Spirit Attunes aren't. Okay, perfect. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. We don't have to make another circle. Okay. Now let's get... Where is it at here? Get into this bag. Grab that skull back out. All right. So what do we need to make this crusher, right? Well, that's a good question. Where did my book just go? There it is. All right. So we'll go to this next page, the Myriad Crusher. So we need a block of diamond, block of emerald, gas tier, and esnium. With a myriad bound. Okay, let's go to the system because I'm actually going to show you guys something of what we're going to be doing this episode. Well, mostly off camera, but I'm going to be doing this nevertheless. So back here, I'm going to actually put the dimensional mine shafts, and I'm going to cover this up with glass so we can kind of just have a view of this because I think it's really spectacular of what we're going to be doing. So I've moved all of the ores over here, and that's why I couldn't access some of the things currently. So let's actually quickly go smelt up some of this. Actually, I think I should have... Yeah, I have some. Because I actually used him to get a little bit of ore doubling. Alright, so what I'm thinking, though, is that if we do the 6 times, the raw processed ore should be pretty useful. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to work the way I want it to, but we're going to test. That is kind of the biggest thing with this series, is we have to test a lot of things. So we also need a gas tier and the Myriad book. It's like... If I can type... Here, let's just look up bound. Myriad. That's basically what it is. It's not Myriad or whatever in the world I was saying. Also, if you guys don't notice, I do have a lot of errors whenever I talk about certain things. And, you know, apotheosis is not apotheosis, it's apotheosis, by the way. And I do know that. I just kind of forget and I just go with it. It's okay. It happens every once in a while, but it's alright. It's apotheosis. I will not deny. We also need our book back. At cultism, kind of forgot the mod for a second. No? What did I just do with my book? That's okay. I think it's still in the crafting grid then. That's alright, so we should put this here, 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 and here. This in the center. And this will actually get us the creature we need. Let's actually quickly grab a monster ball. Is it? No, it's just monster. Yeah, it's not mob, it's monster. Oh, and I don't have gold. Dang it. Alright, and this should take a second, so we should be good. Nope. I'm really gonna have to, like, get used to these mouse buttons, because I'm still not used to it for some reason. Alright. So we're good. We've got our ball. And now I wait. Alright, so we've got Evil Squidward here. And, okay, so yes. That is fantastic. 24. Let's just see. Boom, 6. Boom, 6. Yeah, that is awesome. Okay, so basically what this means is we're going to break the game, right? We're going to be overpowered. Well, because I'll fill you in on this, right? I spent time getting the Annihilation planes, right? I told you I was going to get Fortune on them. And Fortune's decent, right? We've got... If I can type. Fortune, what is that? 9? 8? 8? Yeah, 8. Well, I put Fortune 9 on these. So if you don't know, there's actually an ancient tome. If we look up Quirk, I believe is the... At Quirk. I don't know what's up with me and not typing today. But if we look at ancient tomes, there is a fortune tome in here. And basically, I got so many villagers. One of them had fortune tomes. And yeah, I got a lot of Fortune 9 for just 4 of these. Do I need more? Probably. Do I really, really care too much? Not really. I think we're gonna be good. I think 4 should be fine, especially because we need to keep up with this guy, right? So that's another thing. Why in the world did I just get pink wool? These guys like drop stuff randomly sometimes. I don't get it. Okay. But yeah, so he will never decay, by the way. That's another good thing. But he is just going to break down this ore, the raw ore, into dust. And then we'll take dust into ingots, right? Just keep going with that cycle. And I don't 100% know what else we can actually do with this guy. Because, like, quartz... Okay, quartz can be crushed to quartz to dust, which then can be enrichment chambered into that. Okay, so, I mean, we could do a lot of quartz dust as well. Fantastic. Some good news. I like to hear it. Also, yes, I have a lot of books of the Djinn in there. That is for later. That is for the dimensional mine shafts, actually. I've crafted all of them, but I needed some Anesium blocks, hence why I'm crushing Anesium right now. So let me get this done. I'm going to get as many dimensional mine shafts as I can, and then I have to worry about the lamps. The lamps are going to be fun. Because we need to get... Which one is it? Not the Djinn, not the Foliot. This one. Which means that we are going to have to do a lot of stuff. Lots and lots. I was kind of just wondering, is there anything really good we can do with these besides unbreaking? No, not really. Okay. Let me actually be right back. I want to show you guys something else, but I'm going to wait for this guy to be done. So, last episode, I was asking about this, right? The Apotheosis Enchantment Library. Well, basically, you can take all your enchanted books and throw them in here, right? And you can actually withdraw out of this. This actually holds a lot of levels. So for Unbreaking, I could go just keep clicking. Actually, no, if I shift click, it unlocks the highest tier, which is 7. And, I could just throw this back in here, which you can see that bar goes back up. It allows for us to get more and more points that we can use for better enchants. Cool? So basically, enchantment book library that you can just have a lot of different enchants in. I don't know if you can actually do like more than one enchant. So if you do efficiency and we then do fortune. Okay, so we can do that. Okay, that's pretty nifty. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with that. I just wanted to show that from Apotheosis. And I'm going to get this stuff smelted. We're going to get towards getting all these dimensional mine shafts, getting everything good and done, and hopefully by the end of this episode, we will have an unbelievably just overpowered resource gathering system. That is the goal as of current. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to go. You guys are going to come along the journey with me, and hopefully I don't break everything. Alrighty, so change of plans. I can only do 6 right now, and that's fine. So let's get our first bit of business done here. One of the things we need to worry about is getting blocks broken. And I think for right now, we're going to just run some cables. Let's see, let's just get some Fluix cables here. Need some more quartz fiber. Okay, recipe, snag some more of these. So our end goal here is to probably go out 1, 2, 3, 4, is to make a block breaker. Okay, of course we'll need a block placer, but we're not too worried about that just yet. So how do we want to break blocks? So I'm thinking we want to have a block breaker here, 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 and here, and all of the panes connected to this central point. Okay, does that make sense? So what kind of blocks are we going to break? Well, the blocks we're going to break are everything, right? I think I'm not 100% worried about quartz and stuff being broken down. There's plenty of ores in this that could just be straight broken down and would give us significantly more. So, for example, diamonds, right? If I'm thinking about this correctly, we have fortune 9 on each one of these. Yes, we could risk it and just get 6 purely every single time. Okay? But I think the biggest problem with that is we also need the enrichment chamber. We also need, that for a lot of different things. Diamond, emerald, lapis, coal. It kind of just keeps adding up. And so what I'm thinking is let's just purely go raw is sent to the crusher. Okay? I think that's where I want to go with this. If it's got a raw variant, so copper, iron, gold, aluminum, zinc, all of that is going to go to the crusher. So it'll crush into raw and then proceed to become dust, which then we can smelt back into an ingot and have 4 to 6 from the raw and 6 always from each one of those raws that come from the ore. Okay, I think this is the best way to do it. I'm not 100% sure on everything, but I think having a lot of bases here is going to be our biggest key point. So how are we going to place this stuff? Because I don't want to send it into the system, right? This shouldn't be sent into a system. So I think what we'll do is we're going to just grab some item pipes. We're not going to use laser IO on this section here just because there's no real point. Because we're not extracting. We're not doing a whole lot of repetitive types of stuff here. We will grab, of course, some pipe upgrades. That's just normal, right? Let's grab redstone, nuggets, I really do need to get this hooked back up. I will do that shortly here. I just want to quickly get this done on camera so we can kind of just move on together just for a second. And the biggest reason I want to get all of this resource stuff done and figured out now is because I don't want to really worry about resources much more in the future. Having them set up now means we can power through Botania, we can power through basically everything, and just, have some fun, enjoy the mod pack, right? We don't have to worry about resource generation, and I think that sounds like an absolutely fantastic idea. In my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but that just sounds like a fantastic idea. Alright, so we've got our advances, which I think this is a bit overkill, but that is a-okay. And then we will go with, let's see, hammer. Where's my crescent hammer? Right there. So we're just going to open all these bad boys up. And we're just going to then upgrade them. And I think, so 13, our center point is here. So let's actually just grab a barrel and another pipe. So it's sophisticated. So we're just going to grab this, and we probably should upgrade this before we go any further. Looks like we need some more diamonds. Okay, so let's look at this. So use, upgrade, and then of course we want to grab some of this stuff. Probably not a bad idea. And I definitely will be taking that diamond barrel upstairs down here as well. So we might just move this all anyway. But for now, I just want to have a temporary solution, even if it is just temporary. Alright. So we'll place this here. We're going to do the stack upgrades. And now we kind of need to have a filtering system, right? We need to make sure that this stuff is going where it needs to. So I think now we're going to use laser IO to move items from here to the crusher guy, which probably is going to stand right about here. And I don't know if we're going to put anything over there. Okay, so let's actually figure out one thing before I do that. Let's actually get this stuff connected. So right here should be the cable. And yes, I'm committing a cardinal sin. I am mining wood with a pickaxe. But it's purely okay, because it's actually pretty fast. Alright, and we're going to put this down to the right there. Right of the room, by the way, not like right of me. I knew that was my left. Just clarifying. Right of the room, not of me. Alright, so I should have a storage bus in here. Storage bus. And we can actually just plop this down real quick. And I mean, we could probably create an export system to this, like, entire thing, so it doesn't ever have any ores or anything in our system. But I think for now we're fine. Alright. So we should be able to take that cable connection and take it. And quickly, I think I want to go down another one, just on this last little leg. I really would hope sooner or later that Direwolf20 does, like, mechanism gas, or, AE2. That'd be actually pretty cool for laser IO. Being able to connect to an ME system or a refined storage system with laser IO, that'd be a fantastic idea. Just saying. Anyway. Okay, I don't want to fill those in. So now we need a block breaker and some filtering. But we'll quickly here. If we actually go upstairs and test how much we actually get out of something like this. So let's grab some diamonds, some emerald. some redstone, and some iron. I don't think I have any iron, raw iron in the system. I have one piece. All right, let's take that out. I'll throw these diamonds in there. Let's go test this. If I can fall through this hole. So currently now, we have how much redstone? 334. Right? I put this down, it breaks. How much do I have now? So I had 334. I have 346. So I gained 12 redstone. Okay? Perfect. All right, how many emeralds? Let's just keep going. I think that's a decent amount. If I break another one, it's a little bit less, right? Like, not a whole lot. But I think our consistency will just keep going, right? Because if I just keep breaking these, 361, 372, 383, 389. So, I mean, yeah, maybe 6 times would be okay with this. But I think I'm fine without 6 times. Alright, so emeralds. So this is a single. So we have 170 emeralds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out of 5, we went 170. So we now have 19 more emeralds out of 5 blocks. So that's, about 4 emeralds per block broken. Yeah, I mean, that definitely could be better. But I think that's okay. I'm kind of stretching the definition of okay, but it's okay. All right, so raw iron. 1. Let's check this. I only got 1 piece. I got 4 pieces there. So let's actually go down to 32. Let's mine half a stack of iron ore real quick on camera. So 157. 157, huh? How much is that? Let's just pull out a calculator here. I'm legitimately pulling out a normal calculator, by the way. 157. So that's about 5 times as much. I mean, I'm fine with that because we're also then going to take it and give it a whole nother meaning whenever we give it to the crusher. So, yeah, that's going to be fantastic. So if we just keep going. And if we pick this up with Silk Touch real quick. So how much did a 64 stack of blocks get us here? 330, right? So, I mean, that's about 10 times, right? I think about 10 times. 330 divided by 64. So it's about 6. It's about 5 times 64. So, I mean, that's a very decent chunk because then we're going to convert that into 6, right? We have to keep that in mind. 330 times 6. That's the other part. So 330 times 6 is 1,980 ingots. So a single stack just got us almost 2,000 iron ingots. All right. That is insanity. I think we're going to go with this. Just purely raw is going to be on this side. And then we'll transfer that over here. So I'm not 100% sure how I really want to do this, especially because all of that dust and stuff is in raw, and all of that is actually going to be tossed into the ME system, and that's going to cause an issue because we're going to get storage issues. So I think what we also need to do is grab another drawer controller. So let's actually grab a couple drawers. All right, and let's get this sorted out. So I think, how do I want to do this? So let's just put this right here. Actually, let's just go in the ground. Let's go in the ground. Let's grab a storage bus. Okay. So that way we can actually interface with our normal system. And just throw any raw iron ores and all that stuff. It'll just immediately be thrown in here. Okay. And let's get some normal drawers. So we actually need some planks. I didn't auto-teach this crafting of planks, by the way, just because I don't really have that much wood left. Okay. And then we'll just grab some functional storage. Let's actually go on. That actually could work, right? So if we go back here, do this, cancel, do about 20 of these. Okay, so we'll say 12, perfect. So we're going to go raw iron first. And then, of course, we'll need to, like, go with raw gold. And actually, there's one right here as well. Raw anesium. Esnesium. Something like that. But yeah, so we got that. We're actually going to need access to this controller as well. And the configuration tool. And then we're going to link these two drawers. And of course, we'll need to get all of the other ones. So let me get those going. I'm actually going to need to move this cable, by the way. Kind of didn't think of that a second ago. Because that block placer needs to go here. So let's just do... storage. Cable, cable, cable. Okay. And I could do phantom faces, probably, to interact with those. That'll be okay. Alright, I'll be back. Alrighty, so a little bit of time has passed. Not too much, but I've been working on getting some of this stuff thought out. So I'm not going to use Laser IO as of current, but I'm going to use the block placer from Engineers Decor. And the reason is actually they do not require redstone signal. They do not require power. You do need to toggle some things. So I have redstone mode ignored and also continuous. So this will always run no matter what when there's blocks applied. So that's good. But now we need to get this configured. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of just blacklist a few things that are in here, right? I don't think there's a whole lot of stuff that I want to blacklist. Just, you know, some odds and ends that are just spawned in here. So like obsidian, magma blocks, ancient debris. Let's see, I think that's it. Other stone I know is one of those blocks. I have one on me. So let's actually just toss this into the pipes filter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blacklist, and then on when powered, ignored. And that should just start clearing that out. And that's going to get loud as can be just because of how many blocks are being broken per second. So we'll just do block break. So let's just look at break here. Deep slate. And then place. Okay. So this is functioning. Oop. It's seizing up, I think, a little bit here. Why are you doing that? Why are you breaking? Oh, they keep toggling. Am I taking way too much power up? I am. Okay. Well, now we know where a bottleneck is. Well, shucks. Okay, let's go toggle this off real quick, and by toggling it off, let's go back here and just break one of these cables. So that cable right there. All right, so we have the block breaking stuff working. We just now need to be able to provide enough power to actually do anything with this. Sound about right? It does to me. Also, we've already filled up most of the drawers here. So we also need some functional storage stuff as well. So let's actually quickly grab some drawers. Let's go for 10 drawers next. I'm out of planks again. I really need to get a wood farm going here as soon as possible. That is something I will get to in a little while. So logs, do I have any? We got like blossom logs. Let's just go for that. Okay. And then we'll go for chest. No, we actually already got chest, right? So we'll go oak drawers. And then we'll need to grab functional. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many's here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of these. I keep clicking on the wrong bag, by the way, and I don't mean to, but it really is bugging me how many times I click on it. Alright, so there's 10 of those, and then we'll need more chests. So let's actually just go for logs. How many logs do we got? Like, what's our... We got tons of spruce. And then... use... Just pop one in every one of these. There we go. All right, so power solution. Well, I'm not 100% sure. That's the thing. I have a lot of options for power. I just don't really know what I want to do with all that we can, right? Because I know there's mechanism reactors, but I'm honestly not going for it this episode or this season, just because I've done it almost every other season. And I don't want to keep dragging that dead horse kind of thing, right? Because there's nothing new. Nothing has really changed in mechanism. So I think we're just going to go with power. I think we're going to figure out how to improve power. And I think one of the things we can do is actually get blazing crystals. I think that's kind of our next step. And with the blaze rods we have, I think that won't be a problem. Because we have a few blaze rods. I mean, not a whole lot, in my opinion, but enough to just maybe hold us over for a few days with blazing crystals, but we'll see. So, yeah, I have a lot of blaze rods. I just don't understand why I would ever need that many, but I have that many. So, blazing crystals basically are just continuous. We actually need some capacity upgrades here. Hold on. Capacity upgrade add-on, this thing right here. It's a basic card. Let's grab 2 of those. Put that torch away. Capacity. No, wait, I already have the capacity upgrades. Haha. So let's actually grab the blazing crystal. Get rid of the blaze rod for a second. Put that here. And this should actually be able to be automated. There we go. So let's actually get a pattern going. So recipe, engineering, this, that. And I think our first goal of this is to get, well, really just blazing crystal blocks, I guess. I mean, that doesn't sound terrible. Let's toss some of these blaze rods in there. Let's go for blazing crystals. This might take a while, and I'm going to try and get better upgraded versions of our generators, get the blazing crystal blocks. If you don't remember, blazing crystal blocks actually are heat sources that are better than lava. Putting them under the thermogenerators produces more power, and if we get the blocks made and also then convert everything into the next tier, which is the blazing tier, which is one of these bad boys here. Doodly-doo, where is it? This thermogenerator blazing, which is the next tier, which will allow for us to produce more power. and then we can kind of see where we're at after that. So I'll be right back. I'm going to let this craft up. I'm going to then kind of upgrade this stuff as well, because we also only have hardened energizing rods as well. So be right back. Alright, so everything has been upgraded to blazing, and we do have the blazing blocks down there as well. So currently these are producing 560 FV a tick, which is 280% efficiency, and everything has been upgraded here as well, where I've added all of the card overclockers, I've added the fluid overclockers, or the card overclockers for the fluid extraction, and everything is running at max capacity basically. So let's try this one more time. I'm curious. I really don't know if this is going to work, but we're about to try and see. So yeah, this keeps shutting off, and I don't 100% know why. Because we should have enough power coming through, but maybe we need something else. Huh, what else could we need though? Actually, probably that. Bypass limit, chunk loading, all that stuff. Let's see if that makes a difference. Alright, let's keep this on. So this is using like a lot of power. What's using the most? Well, not really anything, it looks like, honestly. But yeah, I keep seeing it hit like 8,000. 8,000 a tick, though. But it looks like it's stabilized. Some reason it's stabilized. Not 100% sure why. Is copper just a little overpowered or something for it? But we're seeing a decent chunk. And it's processing a lot of these blocks pretty quickly. So what are we going to do with clay and all that stuff? Well, that's actually just going to be sent into the system. I've got drawers and everything ready for that. Glowstone, clay. I don't think I actually got obsidian. We can actually do that real quick. Maybe. Yeah, the system keeps going down. Okay. Yeah, so let's just terminate this again. What to do? Well, we might need to just make better controllers and storage for power. I think that's kind of our next option. So if we actually grab a controller, we can make more of these. So I want to have 3, no, okay, so 9, 9, yeah, that's going to make sense in a second here. All right, so we actually don't have any more sky stone. Do we have any more in the system? Barely. Might have to go fly out and get some more sky stone. But I think for now we should have enough controllers to see if this will actually do what I think it might, but I'm just not sure how a lot of AE2 works anymore. So let's cut power for a second. Let's do this. Let's cut wireless. Controller. And let's kind of just branch this out one. Branch this out one. Here. And sooner or later, we'll get this to be a little bit more. Okay, we can still jump. Just want to make sure we can still do that. So we have a bigger controller, but I think also what we want to do is... I don't think it's actually going to work in this shape, is it? Okay. So I think it has to be a specific shape. It can't be like a giant cube, which is fine. Okay, so there is also applied energistics energy storage. I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, you've got energy cells. So let's actually look at getting a couple of these. So I'm pretty sure this one is just 8 of those, which we need Fluix dust for. Fluix crystals. Let's grab a stack or two of these real quick. I'm going to work on getting this problem solved off camera. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode. We'll finish this all up next episode. We're going to get into mechanism next episode. And then I guess after that, we will go back to occultism. Unless, of course, it drags out a little bit longer. But occultism, I want to get to the familiars. I want to really just kind of wrap up the mod. There's a few other things we can do, but familiars are most likely the last thing I will do with occultism. But yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye!